Wow, it is a beautiful day outside. Let's get after it. Vlog 4 of Project Ep.4. Alright, so for today's episode, we are going to tackle the primary clutch, I think. We got our clutch tools in, get the old girl off, set her out on the workbench, tear it apart, see what needs to be replaced. Got a little care package here from Good Performance. It's got all of our clutch tools in it. We got, all the essentials. So then, after that, we might tear the seat apart. Seat cover's on its way. Maybe get that hand warmer mess sorted out that we had from the last episode. And then something that's kind of cool, kind of fun, is that my buddy Jake is picking up a Chaos today from Pat's up in Greenland. Let's see if she takes it off. Oh. See what I'm made of. Well, that's dumb. I'm dumb. That's what it is. Hey, Yahtzee! Now, the fun part. There we go. To the workbench we go. Okay. Well, that's not what we wanted to see. We got this nice little overhead rig set up. I guess we'll see how this goes. That ain't too bad. Oh, it kind of shakes. Hopefully it doesn't do that too much. I'll try not to bump it. Alright, so it seems we got all our tools. We got that. We got this piece here. This piece. And this collar for whatever that goes on. Okay. Hey, we got her. Oh my goodness. Look at all that belt dust. Japers. This threads into here. And this goes like that. I'm guessing this piece goes like that. That would make sense. So this does here. So we compress it with this tool. Wow. That's not so bad. That's a mighty hefty circlip though. I'll tell you that right now. Fast forward, we got it all tore apart. All our parts and pieces out on the bench over here. I'll show you here shortly. But yeah, we could probably use a little cleaning on the old girl. She's a little dirty. To no one's surprise. Josh. Sorry, I take that back. That's okay. We'll compress her and we'll get her cleaned out. Step outside. Here's our progress so far. In the primary, we got her cleaned up. No free ads. Things are looking pretty good there. So, over here is I think we're going to take the front end apart. Try and scuff these guys up, repaint them and make them look a little bit nicer. Decide what we want to do for shocks. Decide what we want to do for ski rubbers. A lot of decisions to be made yet. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, we gotta do this yet. Two. The seat. Alright, so kind of went wide open all of a sudden on tearing this thing apart. And now we have a skid on the floor, caliper off. I'm missing a bolt because I lost it. That was a pain in the butt to get off because that bearing was stuck in there and didn't want to come out. So we got her out though. Oh, and then also this pin that goes in here for the brake pads, because the brake pads, that's where I'll start. See, I was like, well, I'll take that guard off of there and I'll push these pads apart because I knew that they were squeezed together because there's no rotor in there and I grabbed the brakes earlier, blah blah blah. So anyways, I take the guard off, go to pry these apart, and they're like disintegrating, as you can see. they're like disintegrating when I was prying on them with the screwdriver. So I was like, well, those will need to be replaced. So then I tried taking this pin out, and the pin didn't want to come out for some reason, which I don't know. So I ended up cutting the pin to get it out, and that went fine. But in the process of trying to get this pin out, I didn't know something was on the back side. So I took these bolts out, which go through there, which kind of hold this whole assembly in place with the drive shaft and stuff. And so I pull these bolts out, and then this starts shifting around, so then I have to drop the skid so I can get that off without having a lot of tension on the track because of the weight of the skid and so on, and the track tension and so on and so forth. So I drop the skid and stuff, and I figure, well, I'm gonna have to go through it anyways, so I'll drop it out. So that's what I did. And I got that off there, so now we'll wait for the brake rotor to show up because I might as well put that all together as an assembly then. We'll order new pads, and then those will, you know, put that in as part of that assembly as well. And go through this skid because that needs to be done as well. So I just don't know where this one bolt went because I've got 3 of them here. So now I think I'm going to tear that seat apart. Sounds like a good plan, right? I managed to find the bolt. It was on the ground over there. So that's cool. Don't need that. Now, taking the seat apart. So we take our screwdriver here and we just start popping staples. Like that. Well, to get them in those pliers, let's pull them out the rest of the way. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'll stab my hand if I keep doing that. We don't need that. Well, I think we're about to call her a day for today. Seat base and seat are ready for a seat cover. Chain case cover's kind of, you know, back on-ish. It's in the right position at least. What else did we do today? We still need to cover this. Didn't touch this. Need to work on front suspension stuff. Did get the skid out though. You happy now, Colton? Jeepers. On my case about not taking it out when we get started. Got the primary off. Went through that, cleaned that all up. Gonna order some brake pads. So, not sure if we're gonna work on the sled tomorrow or not. What's going on? Episode 4B, aka continuation from yesterday, Saturday. I think we're gonna give the old goo a shot at getting rid of that, the residue. It's been baking in the sun for a couple years, I think, so we're gonna use some Goo Gone as a suggestion from Tyler, and we're gonna try and clean this old girl up a little bit. Otherwise, things are coming together pretty well. Between that and maybe get the A-arms off to paint them up a little bit because they look a little faded from the sun over the years. So hit them with the spray bomb can just to make them look fresh. Probably gonna get those powder coated as well. Probably not gonna have yellow rails for long. That's our game plan for the time being. We're gonna be here a while. We just after letting it sit for probably 15 minutes or so. Squeaks pretty good, but meanwhile, well, that's been soaking. Front end is coming apart. So like I said, we're gonna paint these up, get rid of that faded look. Gonna send the spindles out for powder. Well, there's one piece of cake, really. Just kind of reach in here. Do you know how hard it is to balance a camera and work with both your hands? It's not easy. Fun fact of the day. Cool. Now those are out. So did a little research this morning. And part of what I was kind of curious about, at least 2020 experts are supposed to side way better. Now what's the cost of it, right? And I see they've got this spindle kit you can buy to upgrade your Gen 4. So it did side hills better too. I'm thinking, well, okay, that sounds good. Well, then I started to look for reading, and they're saying, well, it's not the spindles themselves that do it, it's the rubbers, the ski rubbers. I was like, well, all right, well, let's try and confirm this. So my plan was to either look at DoTalk and try and find someone who would hardware for me and order the spindles and then realize they were the same geometry, or I was going to be that guinea pig. So, browsing DoTalk this morning, sure enough, someone ordered the spindles, same geometries as what we have here. They're just 400 grams lighter total, which is like roughly a pound. 1 pound is 454 grams. So it's literally half a pound savings per spindle. I ain't about that. So we're not gonna drop $230 just to lose a pound of material. We're just gonna get some better rubbers, I think. Should be about $70-80 and give them a whirl too. Should probably do a side-by-side comparison of them. Try these and swap them in the backcountry or in the parking lot, whatever. These really are a piece of cake to take apart. Just loosen them up enough and get in here with a hammer. There it is. Bingo! There we go. Our left ski leg. Since the sleds are already all black, might as well just make these all black as well. So you might be thinking, Alex, so you're painting these like spray paint? Why? Won't that look like crap? Well, I mean, sure, it could look like crap if I, didn't clean them up, hit them with a few light coats, and see where that gets us. My logic is why send these off and get them powder coated when the paint's still pretty decent as far as protecting the metal. We're gonna just touch them up more or less. And if it doesn't work, so what? I'm only out $6 of spray paint that I already have. All right, got everything all taped up, and we'll transition to painting. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and painted. Bam! Just like that. Painted. Are they perfect? No. Are they better than what they were? Absolutely. Decided that I was gonna get this stupid wire apart. By gosh, I got it. So apparently you can see that we had a little condensation in there, obviously. A little corrosion, so we'll clean that up too for those other wires that are still in there, but we're sitting in there like that. It doesn't really matter. Basically, you have to go into one of these holes, these little holes here, and then, but there's a little tab you kind of pry away at from this side whilst pulling down, and they will pop out. That's that. Glad we got it. Well, I think we're about to wrap up another weekend in the garage working on a little Project A50. We made some good progress this weekend, I think. So we got our seats stripped off, and we got our shocks off today, we got our skis off today, we cleaned them up real nice. We got our A-arms painted and put back on. I probably should have waited a little bit before I put them back on. The paint was still wet, so you can kind of see a fingerprint there, but shh, don't tell anyone. Still have to figure out what to do here because this goo does not want to come off. Kind of frustrating, but we'll figure something out, I suppose. Tie rod boot, gotta put that on. Gotta get some more rivets tomorrow. We got this all cleaned up. Man, I'm happy that that's a lot cleaner than what it was. I mean, no one looks underneath there really, but still, it's just one of them things that it's just satisfying that it's clean. Got the bumper painted up and put back on. Got the skid out too, I suppose, to figure out what we want to do for shocks. Gotta clean that guy up, check bushings and bearings and movable parts and give her some grease. More parts are necessary, but all in all, it was a pretty productive weekend. Alright, I guess that does it for episode 4. I don't know what to say. Look forward to episode 5. Hopefully our seat cover will get delivered. Hopefully our primary parts will show up. I think that'll be it for episode number 4. Like I said, hopefully episode 5, we got some parts to go on. Hopefully we can start putting her back together, put some grips on maybe if we get a hand warmer in. We got this plastic coming. Got a brake rotor and a snow flap and a windshield. Alright, I'll stop rambling. Thanks for watching. Again, any suggestions? Even suggestions for future videos, for on snow videos, for stuff like that. I think I'm gonna do some like with T-Motion, with and without. I'm thinking about the same thing with ski rubbers. That's all for now. Stop rambling, Alex. Go to something else. Okay. Bye now. Thanks for watching. Clippy, clippy.